Strategies, we, again, just like Eric says, we start with a 100 name list, message 10 people a day. That is so easy. That's a system right there. That is the easiest system you can do. Give me a 100 name list. Let's break them down to easy ones you can call to. First one we call is our flat tire friends. If you got a flat tire, who are you calling? Okay, we're gonna work with those guys first. Those are the guys that are willing to, come and help you. So let's get started with those guys first. We just started doing weekly calls with our team. Our team, we used to do a weekly call with our entire organization. Again, we listened to Eric. We are very coachable. He said you need to break those down into one-on-one calls. So we've been doing that lately. That has been very helpful. Really starting to get our guys more focused. And it's just been an amazing process. Find something you love to do and wrap your business around it. If you're part of, where's our dog walker girl that we were talking earlier yesterday? If you're a dog walker, let's wrap a business around that. That's a very easy one. We have a group that does mom walks. They have a bunch of moms in that organization. They show up at a location, they do a walk. She talks about products, she talks about doing the business, and gets them started on programs. And then create that community. People will leave your business, but they won't leave you. That's the biggest thing. You create somebody, that friendship that you have, they will not leave you, okay? And we were focused really heavy on that, making sure that they are our friends. We will stand by them no matter what. Who are you gonna go to war with? That's the people that we have in our organization. We have so many people. We actually have a distributor in our organization that named their baby after my wife. That's how tight it is. And then, which Eric's gonna talk about here in a few minutes, is creating that 90-day plan. So create a 90-day plan. There's some experts on those in the room. If you're just getting started, what I've seen people fail in a 90-day plan is because they make it too hard. I know I want you to expand, but if they say, hey, I'm gonna talk to 500 people a day, is that reasonable? How about 100? That's still not reasonable. What if we made it 5? Could you talk to 5 people a day? And if you doubled it, great, you did better than before. And really start something simple like that. And then as you grow your business, as you get better at those 90 plans, you can expand on that a lot more. And then gauging numbers. Me and my wife, she's in the audience here, we are numbers freaks. We have so many spreadsheets gauging so many things. Since pretty much, I'd say 8 to 9 months in the business, we started gauging all of our numbers. And we can go back and tell you anything, any day of the month, what our numbers were on that day. We got so good that we could actually, by our team gauging our numbers, we could actually let them know when they were gonna hit, usually by the 10th or the 15th of the month, that they were gonna hit the next level in the marketing plan, just because we had so much data behind it that we could predict mathematically if they were gonna hit or not. And it's just amazing. So most of our team does track all of their numbers as well. Now this one, kind of getting more into the feeling side of things, which you've heard before, lead by example. I can't stress how important this is. And it's not only when you're in front of your team, it's when you're not even in front of your team. How are you acting when you're not in front of your team? People are always watching out in the marketplace. You say you're in the health and fitness industry, but I see you eating pizza all the time, and somebody's teammate that knows you, that doesn't know, maybe they know me and they know your teammate, and they see you eating some pizza or not being the best out in public. Okay, it gets around. But I used to actually coach football, and I say, how hard are you going to train in the dark to shine in the light? And that's kind of the process you got to have behind that. How much, what are you going to be behind the scenes so that your team will follow? You will attract exactly what you are. We have lines in our organization, and they all have the same problems and the same issues, I will say, in that line. And it's kind of crazy how that works. So we are always, be the person that you want your team to be. Get out there and work. So within our organization, actually I'm gonna go all the way up to our upline. He's kind of ways up there. Last year, now keep in mind, we are in the top 1% of our company. And in that organization, We were the #1 recruiter. We were #2 in volume, and we were #2 in organizational, or #1 in organizational volume. And we've been in 13 years, and there's a lot of people in his organization. I think he's got close to 7,000 people in his organization. Now, not crazy numbers like some people, but within our company, that is a very large team. Okay, we don't recruit those massive numbers. So we do that. Our son, that's my wife up there, Gina, and our son, he is also in the top 1% of the company too, of our company. He joined, he is actually the reason we got started with this business. He was 14 years old, walking through the mall and wanted something to eat, and some guy handed him a card to come try a free shake. Okay? Who would have not handed their card to somebody that's 14 years old walking through a mall? Okay? We showed up at the location, got a free shake, and went back. That was the Sunday before Thanksgiving. I went back the day after Thanksgiving, got on a nutrition program, and just like was said earlier, we are our uplines, our direct sponsors, we are their only downline. And we love them to death. They are the sweetest people in the world. We'll do anything for them. They're actually on the call right now, I believe. But they are the sweetest people in the world, but we're their only downline. But we got started on that nutrition program. My son then went to college, and he was a Division I full-ride scholarship track athlete, was actually slated to go to the U.S. Olympics this last Olympics, but had an injury that took him out in college. But in college, back then, you couldn't promote any products. You couldn't use your likeness to make money. So he put his business at the side and kept going. As soon as he got out of college, he got started, and in 10 months, he hit the top 1% of our company, which is unheard of, hitting something that fast. But, thank you. But where did that come from? That came from discipline, who you are behind the scenes, and really working with your team and building that respect that your team has with you. Me and my wife, we work like we were arguing about the how many days off you took. My wife thought she took a lot more than she does, but she works every single day. We work pretty much every single day. I stretched it and said 70 days off, and I don't even think it's that high. But through that, our son is the same way. He hustles every day. He's up every day. He's hustling every day. But that's the lead by example that I'm trying to talk about. And the hardest thing we tell our team is, would you have hired yourself today or fired yourself today when you lay your head down at night? How hard did you work that day? Would you have fired yourself today, working that hard? I mean, imagine if you were employed by yourself and you could be fired. And there's people on our teams, sometimes I wish we could fire. We're not allowed to. But it's all right, we work with them. But you never know what's gonna happen with that. So really if you work with that and really look at what you're going to do as far as working day by day and making sure that you're hitting all your numbers that you wanna hit. If you write all your numbers down, hit your goals down, and really get to work on that, there's gonna be a time when it's gonna pay off in the long run. And I would just we love it when people win. That's really our driving factor. I don't care if you're on our team, in our company, another company. John Melton, he's in here somewhere. We've been friends for years. I love it to see him win. I love to see his team win. We have nothing to do with each other, but I just love seeing his team win. I believe he likes seeing our team win. It's just, when you have that feeling behind everything that you do and don't really care about the gain yourself, it's just a whole new ball game. As you can see, I've honestly been in business since I was 16 years old. Started that company with my dad and my mom and grew that company all the way up to what it was. So back to that company. So me and my wife did this business part-time for 6.5 years, working around a very large multi-million-dollar business with machinery, with employees. And in 2018, we put that company up for sale and sold it at auction, broke it up, and walked away. Because we knew we could make a bigger impact on another human being using our company and this marketing plan and network marketing than we could ever do with that company. And we have done so much. And we try so hard to just make another human impact on that life. And so when you want to sit around and not work that day, there's going to be a time when you wish you would have somebody else recruited one of your best friends. Okay? So there are some heavy hitters in this room. And I'm going to let you know right now, the number one person in network marketing hasn't even signed up yet. So who's going to go find him? Is there some competitors in the room? Because I'm going to get them first. So let's go get to work, guys. Let's get everybody we can. Let's get them registered. Let's just make network marketing the most powerful company, profession there is on the planet. All right? Let's have a great time. Thank you, Eric and Marina. It's been a pleasure.